it's part of the calming down process is actually accepting the possibility of permanent disability. And June 12th, 2013 is the first time I've been able to be out of my house for 5 hours. I went to the city of Vancouver by myself, which is a terrifying thing because that is where the majority of the events that traumatized me took place. And I can't walk down a street in Vancouver without seeing a location that reminds me of something that is upsetting. And so the compounding of, the triggers and the terror and the anxiety, being out of the house, seeing disturbing locations, balanced against people responding to me like I'm just any other person on the street and being able to feel for a moment like I am just another person on the street. And the anonymity factor is actually quite restorative. And on top of that, to have gone to Little Sisters and talked with Jim Diva and Janine Fuller, who I used to know very well when I was a news editor at Angles in the early 90s, at the beginning of the Little Sisters versus Big Brothers. Little Sisters is the bookstore. It's a famous bookstore in Canada, and the Big Brother reference is, of course, George Orwell, and they're referring to Revenue Canada Customs, which was the federal department that was in a battle with them over importing books that other bookstores were able to order. So to be able to go from being anonymous to being in my peer group, and not only being with people I know that I am a peer to, but having them recognize me as a peer as well as remembering me as a peer. And so for about 20 minutes when I was in that bookstore today, I actually felt like me for the first time, and my recovery process has been a struggle to remember what me means. And part of that has been the creation of the characters, the agoraphobic philosopher and the raw recovery specialist and Leslie Bruce. So today when I came home after being out for 5 hours, I parked the car. I was already crying when I started crying 2 blocks from my house. I was able to maintain calmness and alertness to the fact that I was driving, and as soon as I stepped out of the car, I managed 2 steps, and the mental strain of having to have maintained and problem solved and interacted with a wide range of people, from the aforementioned Jim and Janine to a homeless couple who were camped by where I parked my car, and I had several positive interactions with during the days. I had to walk back and forth through my various destinations, and going from the anonymous to the, not celebrity recognition, but being with your peers, mutual admiration society. Those are always that's actually more what I need, to get to. Okay, this is take 3, and I'm actually so emotionally exhausted that I can't stand anymore, and I have to turn this off. So I think I'll just use this one and keep the other 2 for myself.